Hello there, students. It is April 18th. It's about 9:27 in the morning, and I just wanted to make sure I provided you with a video for this week, just to go over some things that I went over in the last video. So some due dates for you. So the 25th of April, you have your final journal due. Module 5, journaling is due, and that is expected in on April 25th. Also, you have your discussion post due same time. And so I wanted to just go over the discussion post with you quickly. So if we take a look, um, here's the prompt. Articulate your biggest takeaways and professional goals after going through the PPAT portfolio process. So some of the process has been very tough, getting organized, making sure you have, much of the right documentation, much of the right artifacts to support your PPAT experience. That has been very important here. Many of you have had to ask for extra time, and in many ways that's okay because we're going through a whole pandemic. You're struggling to take care of children, homes, children at the school, deal with administration. So, I just want to hear what you really and truly thought about the PPAT process, creating your portfolio, what could be better, what was good for you. Just all of those things would really help me to know, your true and honest feelings. That's very important that you get to say your piece. Describe your professional goals as you think about continuous improvement of your teaching in the future. So, for some of you, you're thinking many years down the line, and for some of you, you're only thinking as far as into next week, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be, oh, I plan to become an administrator within the next 3 years. If your goals are as far as planning for the summer or planning for the next school year or planning how you're going to finish off this school year, that's fine. There's no way I need you to write this. I just want to hear what you think your goals are for your continuous improvement in the process of you becoming, the best teacher or the teacher that you want to be, or the teacher that is required for the school building in which you work right now, because that's a reality. The teacher you are in the school building you are right now is specific, and it requires certain continuous improvement to be that and to be who they want you to be at that school building. If you go into another school building, it might be a different environment, a different teaching and learning environment. So it really does vary, based upon where you are. Identify the most important mentors and advisors for you as you seek good professional advice. So, this is a gem. You absolutely want to know for sure who is an ally and who is not, who you can rely on to give you the best advice, and as far as teaching and learning goes, and how you can use that information to inform your instruction, and who you plan to be as a teacher and who you cannot. You want to have those people in their specific categories, so that you can, if they allow you to, use them as your teaching career moves forward. Also, you might want to think about if you plan to be that resource for yourself. Tell me if you have been your best advisor. If someone outside of your teaching building has been the best advisor for you, that's important to know. Describe the resources, professional organizations, experts, literature, etc. If you go to certain, blogs and you're reading somebody's blogs, or you go to YouTube and you find information on YouTube that is absolutely more than helpful for you. I want to know that. Um, yeah, in this day and age, YouTube and watching someone do it on YouTube and someone give you that information, those people become advisors. It's not back like when I was going through teaching school, where we only had the advisor in the building and we only had our student teacher representative, and if that student teacher was horrible, we had to learn what horrible looked like and do the opposite. Now you have every resource known to man out there for you. Great ideas on the internet, so those can also be resources. that will be most helpful to you in furthering your professional development? So these are the 4 questions we need to respond to in the discussion post. And I'm really looking forward to this post. I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone post here. It's been a little lackluster in some of the other posts, but that's okay. We're all going through things. All right, so let's take a look here. Your journal is due on the 25th, right? And then we have essential questions to consider in your journaling. What did I learn from the teaching portfolio process about myself, my students, and the learning process? That's always a fun one. But find a way to answer that. Any answer is great. I just want you to try to dig deep with that. I'm mostly interested in what did you learn about your students, and how did that learning about your students help to inform your teaching style? That would have been a better question I'd like to see here, but we're answering, this. And if you want to answer what I just asked, that's fine too. What are some of my specific professional goals and plans and contributions, to the continuous improvement of my teaching in the future? Okay, so that was in our discussion. How will I change and improve my teaching? Okay, my students' learning and thinking. That's a great one. It's very similar to the first one. How will you change? Well, you have to know what you're going to change in order to know how you're going to change. How will I achieve specific goals I have identified? Okay, so pretty much have you laid a plan? Have you laid a plan toward getting to the goals? Because that's how it starts. What's your lesson plan for your life? That's what you need, really. You need a blueprint. What individuals or groups of people are key to my growth? Your mentors, your colleagues, administrators, leaders, experts. I'd love to know that you have an administrator who believes in you. And just so you know, as you start out here, you've got to get those administrators. You've got to get them on your side. You've got to get an administrator in your pocket, someone who you trust, because those are the people who are going to keep you around. Those are the people who, when they hear what you have to say and how things are going for you, they are helpful in those rooms when they're making those decisions on who's staying and who's going at the end of the year. When they know your heart, when they know your intention for the students, those are the people who have your back. The department heads, you have to make sure that you have those people along the ride with you, that you're creating some type of rapport. Because if you are an island in your classroom on your own and they see you struggling and you're not reaching out and you're not sitting to talk and allowing them to hear what's troubling you and what can be fixed and how they can help you, they're not going to fight for you. Unfortunately, we live in a time where teachers, there are a million of them to hire, and they're willing to take the chance with people who have never taught before rather than stay the course with someone who has been there. That's where we're living. That's the times we're living in for a teacher right now. So you have to learn how to let people see who you are. You have to be vocal in your PLCs, because when people get to hear your thought process, the way you think, um, the way you look at information, and that you are a thinker, and that you are very invested in what it is you're attempting to do in the classroom, they're more willing to fight for you and think that and it's more that they think that you really are interested in this position and that you have something to say and that the possibilities with you are endless. So please take that into consideration. All right. Um, Oftentimes we see these teachers who they head out to the PLCs, they're in the PLCs with you, and then they say, they have these attitudes and they're, oh, I don't want to be in this PLC, I don't want to do this work, I don't have to be here, I have other things to do, I can do on my planning. Those are not the teachers you need to, yeah, you can be friendly with them, but those are not the teachers that you need to, I guess, you need to form your own opinions. Yes, it is your planning time. Yes, it is something very valuable to you. But when administrators really see you working and attempting to reflect on, data and taking data seriously, because that's their job to take data seriously, those administrators will be more apt to fight for you in the very end. Okay. So that's it for this week. If you have any questions about your grades, if you have any questions about assignments, I'd really love to hear that. Many of you, I still have not seen any of your journals or seen a couple of your journals. I have not seen you post for discussion posts. I look daily and I still don't see anything. You know, I'm hoping that you are getting through things, and I'm hoping that you're watching these videos and that they're helping you. If you have any questions, please excuse me, reach out to me by phone. If you have any questions, please reach out to me by email. I check my email daily. Um, I really like to hear from you. Have a great week, all. Speak with you very soon.